Tonight, thousands of charges in Franklin County Municipal Court were dismissed. And the reason? In the interest of community justice. Thank you for joining us for 10 TV News at 6. I'm Tracy Townsend.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. So what does that mean? Crime Tracker 10's Lacey Crisp dug into why so many charges were wiped off the books.
How would you feel if you could have a speeding ticket taken off your record? Well, the city attorney's office said they dismissed more than 4,000 cases this summer due to COVID-19. But we found some of those cases involved resisting arrest and theft.
Listen, you're going to go to jail. Step out of the car.
This man was pulled over by a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy for going 62 in a 40. For more than 2 minutes, the deputy ordered the man to get out of the car, yet the man did not listen.
Stop! Put your hands behind your back now.
The man refused, and according to the report, he attempted to mule kick the deputy and smacked the deputy's hands away. The man was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing official business, but those charges were dropped at the request of the prosecutor in the interest of justice. Notice of dismissal, COVID-19.
So we had to make some tough calls.
This isn't the only case dismissed for that reason. Through public records requests, we found more than 4,000 cases between March and September were dismissed. Your office has asked for 4,010 cases to be dismissed in light of community justice. Explain that to me.
Well, look, the reality was the courthouse was closed for 6 to 8 weeks. We had 4,000 cases that were backlogged on top of the cases that were already processed through the system.
City Attorney Zach Klein says his office set parameters for misdemeanor charges that would be considered for dismissal.
We came up with a system where the lowest of low traffic offenders were the ones that we said we had to dismiss because we just could not get to all those cases in 30 days.
But we found criminal cases that were dismissed too. Criminal trespass charges were dropped against a man who has a laundry list of charges in the past, including criminal damaging, resisting arrest, felony drug possession, and OVI. Were there criminal backgrounds taken into consideration, or was it just the lead charges?
No, we tried to look at some criminal history. Like I said, we put in certain parameters.
Some drug possession cases and cases dating back to 2007 were also dismissed in the interest of community justice. Do you think it's sending the wrong message to some people?
I don't think so. For one, we were in, no one knew we were doing this.
Klein explains the cases were scheduled to be heard during the 9 weeks when the court was closed. He says the dismissals only happened for a short period of time to allow the courts to catch up. Some cases that were initially filed more than a decade ago were also dismissed because they were scheduled for a hearing at that time.
Because this is not a practice going forward, people should know that they're going to be held accountable.
And Klein tells me some of the arresting departments have asked his office to take another look at refiling some of those charges. He said his office will look into it. In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Now, during that time, March through September, there were about 30,000 cases filed in municipal court.